Welcome to the Deep Dive, where our team at Cogya takes your sources and unpacks the essential insights for you. I'm Mark.
And I'm Grace.
And we're recording here in our Cogya studio in beautiful Miami, Florida, in August 2025.
It's truly great to be here. Today, we're diving into something incredibly relevant to just about every enterprise right now.
Yeah.
The rapid, often dizzying adoption of AI.
Especially generative AI, right?
Exactly, particularly generative AI. Our focus is on the fascinating S&P Global research published back in May 2025, which, well, as we'll uncover, reveals a truly mixed bag of outcomes.
That's right. Everyone's talking about AI, launching initiatives, but what's really happening on the ground, when companies try to implement it at scale, our mission today is to cut through the noise, give you a clear understanding of the challenges, the surprising opportunities, and, well, what this all means for organizations investing heavily in AI right now.
So what's the actual story behind the headlines? Let's unpack this.
When we talk about AI adoption, I think a lot of people imagine this cautious, gradual rollout. But this report paints a completely different picture.
Oh, absolutely.
It's almost dizzying how fast companies are jumping in.
Yeah.
What exactly does the S&P Global research tell us about this unprecedented pace?
Well, what's fascinating here, Mark, is that the rate of generative AI adoption isn't just fast, it's actually outstripping longer-standing forms of AI.
Really?
Yeah, and even enterprise forecasts from just last year. The data shows a significant, almost urgent shift from mere experimentation to robust operational implementation.
Okay.
Think about this. Last year, only 13% of organizations reported company-wide adoption.
13%. Okay.
This year, that number has surged to 27%.
Wow. Doubled.
Basically doubled. And for adoption limited to specific departments or projects, it jumped from 28% to 33%. This isn't just a slight uptick, it's a paradigm shift. Companies are moving from just dabbling with AI to truly embedding it in their operations.
And doing it fast.
Often at breakneck speed, yeah.
That is a remarkable acceleration. And the report even suggests that by the end of this year, 2025, a striking 40% of organizations expect a complete organization-wide rollout.
40%. That's the expectation.
It really shows an aggressive, maybe even frantic, push to integrate this technology across the board. We're moving well beyond just pilot programs now.
But the speed, it raises an important question, though, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
If adoption is so fast, what about the actual impact and the success rate?
Right. Is it working?
Unfortunately, the research paints a much more complex picture. We're seeing significantly elevated project failure rates as organizations attempt to deliver these projects at such a rapid pace.
Okay.
It seems the speed is definitely coming at a cost.
When you say elevated, can you give us a sense of the scale? Because the numbers in this report really, they kind of leap out.
They absolutely do. The percentage of companies abandoning the majority of their AI initiatives before they even reach production, it surged from 17% last year.
Okay, 17%.
To a staggering 42% this year.
42%.
Year over year. Think about that for a moment. Almost half of these ambitious projects are being scrapped before they can deliver any real value.
That's huge.
And on average, organizations are scrapping 46% of projects somewhere between the initial proof of concept phase and broad adoption.
So nearly half don't make it out of the lab, essentially.
Exactly. That's a significant departure from previous trends, where you might have expected these rates to decline as the technology matured.
Right.
This points to maybe a growing trust deficit in AI initiatives within organizations.
Interesting point.
Which could make future adoption even harder, right? And potentially stifle innovation down the line.
That's a critical point. So organizations are rushing, but that speed is directly linked to higher rates of failure, maybe even reputational damage.
Definitely linked to reputational damage concerns and also resistance from customers and employees. The report links those.
It really highlights the tension, doesn't it? And beyond the projects themselves failing, what about the perceived benefits? Are organizations actually seeing a positive impact on their bottom line, the ones that do succeed?
Well, not as much as you'd hope, given the level of investment.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. What's more, the proportion of organizations citing a positive impact from their generative AI investments has actually fallen across every enterprise objective they assessed. And this includes critical areas like revenue growth, cost management, risk management, all of them.
Can you give an example?
Sure. For instance, positive impact on revenue growth fell from 81% reporting that last year to 76% this year.
Okay, still high, but trending down.
Trending down. Cost management saw a decline too, from 79% to 74%. And Maybe most alarmingly, 46% of respondents reported that no single enterprise objective had seen a strong positive impact from their generative AI investment.
Almost half saw no strong positive impact anywhere.
Exactly. Considering the significant investments being made, the performance of these applications is quite concerning. Yeah.
It's a stark reminder that just deploying something doesn't automatically equal value.
So it sounds like for every 2 AI projects launched, nearly 1 is heading for the scrap heap before it even sees the light of day.
Pretty much, yeah.
And the benefits from the successful ones aren't always translating into strong positive impacts. Ouch. That must be a painful pill for companies to swallow.
Especially given the budgets involved.
Right. But it's not all challenging news, is it? I mean, even with these difficulties, the report points to some surprising areas where organizations are actually finding significant value.
Yes, absolutely. That's the really interesting flip side.
Can you walk us through those unexpected wins?
Sure. So while popular applications like, say, content creation or information summarization are widespread, they're often where companies start.
Makes sense.
The S&P Global research shows unexpectedly higher levels of enterprise impact from things like internal system interaction, complex multi-step processes like design and prototyping.
Oh, okay. More complex stuff. Yeah, exactly. And even targeted sales outreach. These more intricate task-based challenges seem to be where the value is popping up more strongly.
And these are linked to something called agentic frameworks, right?
Yeah.
That sounds very technical.
It does, but the concept is actually quite intuitive.
Okay, break it down for us.
Think of them as AI systems that can independently take multiple steps to achieve a goal.
Ah, okay. Not just answering one question.
Exactly. Not just giving a single answer or summarizing information. They're more like an AI assistant who can not only tell you something, but also do it for you.
Right, like chain actions together.
Precisely. By chaining together different actions or interacting with multiple systems, it seems these are the tasks where AI isn't just summarizing, it's actively performing a sequence of intelligent actions.
Maybe pulling info from different places, guiding users.
Yes, or synthesizing information from multiple sources, guiding a user through a complex process. That aligns perfectly with the multi-step capabilities of these agentic systems.
And that's where we're seeing the real breakthroughs, according to the report.
That seems to be the pattern emerging, yes.
That's a really clear explanation. Thank you.
Yeah.
So these AI agents, they're seen as a key to unlocking more value, especially given maybe the lower than expected benefits from some other Gen AI efforts.
That appears to be the hope, yeah.
What's the enthusiasm like for these agents then? Are companies jumping on this?
Oh, the interest is nearly universal. A significant 58% of respondents are actively seeking opportunities to implement agents and assistants right now.
Over half.
And another 40% are open to exploring them, so almost everyone is interested.
Wow. And what do they expect them to do?
Users overwhelmingly expect agents to drive the biggest impact in task and process automation.
Okay, automating workflows.
Exactly. And this is particularly notable because process automation is precisely one of the primary areas where organizations reported sort of lesser than expected benefits from their existing generative AI initiatives.
So agents might fill that gap.
That seems to be the thinking. It highlights a clear potential path forward for finding that elusive value.
Makes sense. And how are they making sure these agents work well? You know, quality, security.
Good question. Especially crucial in the intricate world of agents. Organizations are focusing on techniques like monitoring live responses that was cited by 55%.
Okay, watching what it does in real time.
Right. Fine-tuning at 48%.
Which is like training it more on specific company data.
Exactly. Making it much better for a particular task.
Yeah.
And response, caching at 38%.
Caching. Like saving common answers.
Yeah, storing frequently used AI outputs to make them faster and cheaper to retrieve, like a quick access memory for the AI.
Got it. So lots of interest, specific techniques being used, but it's abundantly clear AI isn't a magic bullet. We've talked about project failure rates. Beyond that, what are the other major headaches organizations are still grappling with? What keeps coming up?
Well, the most commonly identified challenges are still data privacy, that's cited by 38% of organizations.
Still a big one?
And security risks, also at 38%. And costs at 37%. So those three are neck and neck.
Privacy, security, cost, the big three.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Now, it's worth noting, Fewer organizations cite security risks as a challenge compared to a year ago. That actually saw a 7-point decrease.
Oh, that's interesting. Some progress there.
It indicates some progress, yeah. Maybe better tools, better understanding. However, cost. Cost is becoming an increasing area of focus.
More so than before.
It seems to be a more pervasive issue. Not only has it seen a slight year-on-year increase as a cited challenge, but it's also emerged as the most commonly identified decision-making factor when prioritizing AI projects.
So cost is driving which projects get greenlit.
More than any other factor. And maybe tellingly, cost was also the worst performing project KPI, key performance indicator overall.
Oof. So projects are often going over budget or not delivering the expected cost savings.
That seems to be the implication. It raises a really important question about managing cost expectations alongside this rapid deployment, especially when, as we discussed, the benefits aren't always immediately apparent or strongly positive.
That's a tough balancing act. And what about the human element? Skills. We hear so much about the need for AI talent. Is that still a significant hurdle?
Skill shortage remains a persistent challenge, yes. In the prior year, it was the #1 concern for about 10% of organizations.
Okay.
This year, the percentage of organizations recognizing it as a concern remains pretty consistent at 27%, so it's definitely still a prevalent challenge for many.
Right.
However, the proportion who consider it the top concern slightly decreased to 8%.
So other things, like cost and privacy, have maybe overshadowed it slightly at the very top.
It seems issues related to budget constraints, accuracy, and privacy have gained a bit more attention right at the top of the list, yeah. But the skills impact varies.
How so?
It's particularly pronounced in certain sectors: manufacturing, telecoms, construction, real estate.
More industrial or physical asset-heavy sectors.
Seems that way. And these industries also report notably lower returns on investment from their AI initiatives.
Suggesting a direct link between skills shortage and poor ROI.
It strongly suggests that skill shortages are indeed a significant obstacle to success in those areas, yeah.
So how are companies trying to fix this to get the skills they need?
Well, they're diversifying their strategies. About half, 49%, are focusing on reskilling or upskilling their current workforce.
Training their own people. Makes sense.
And a similar proportion, 46%, are turning to IT integrators and consultants.
Bringing in external help.
Right. To bridge those critical talent gaps while maybe the internal upskilling takes time.
Okay. So despite this mixed performance and these persistent challenges, cost, skills, privacy, are organizations investing in ways to actually get better at this? Are they learning, building more robust systems?
They absolutely are. That's another positive sign in the data. While overall AI project performance hasn't drastically improved on every single metric, the number of criteria organizations use to measure AI performance has significantly increased.
Oh, how so?
It went from 6.3 metrics on average last year to 7.1 metrics this year.
So they're looking at success in more nuanced ways.
It indicates a growing sophistication in how they evaluate success, yeah? More dimensions being considered. And crucially, investment in MLOps.
Machine learning operations.
Exactly. Investment in those tools continues to rise. The proportion of organizations that have already invested in MLOps tools increased from 24% to 27% year on year.
Okay, steady increase.
And perhaps more importantly, a further 42% expect to start using an MLOps tool within the next 12 months.
Wow, so potentially around 70% using MLOps soon.
That's a trajectory. This shift towards more robust measurement and operational practices is really crucial for moving from, experimental deployment to scalable, reliable, production-ready AI.
It seems like MLOps would be a no-brainer for any organization serious about AI at scale. Why would some organizations not be investing in it yet if it's so important for maturity and performance?
Well, the main reasons cited in the report are, 1, limited existing AI usage.
So they haven't scaled enough to feel the pain MLOps solves.
Possibly, yeah. They haven't scaled enough to truly see the need yet. And perhaps more importantly, the second reason is difficulty improving the tangible ROI, the return on investment, of the MLOps tools themselves.
The classic ROI justification challenge.
Exactly. If we connect this to the bigger picture, it highlights that while the tools for maturity are available and they're increasingly recognized as essential,
Right.
this strategic alignment and the clear value propositions still need to be established for everyone, especially for those maybe still grappling with the basics of AI adoption or struggling to show value from their initial projects.
It's a matter of showing that direct link.
Yeah.
Better operations, equals better business outcomes.
Precisely. Making that business case clear.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so given all these challenges, the high failure rates, the cost issues, this steep learning curve, what about the organizations that are succeeding? The report mentions a cohort of high-performance organizations.
Yes, it does.
What are they doing differently? How are they defying these broader trends and actually achieving better outcomes?
Well, what's fascinating here is that these high performers are indeed defying that broader pattern of mixed results. They are getting better outcomes.
How? What's their secret sauce?
It seems to come down to a few key things. First, they adopt a more mature monitoring and tailoring strategy for their AI initiatives.
Okay, so constantly watching, tweaking, refining.
Exactly. Adapting based on real-world performance, not just launching and forgetting. Second, they take a more holistic approach to project prioritization.
Holistic, meaning?
Meaning, they consider not just the potential benefits, but also critical factors like compliance, risk, and data availability right from the very outset.
So thinking about the foundations and guardrails up front.
Yes, and critically connected to that, they seem to have a better handle on security, bias, and data privacy challenges from the get-go.
Addressing them proactively, not reactively.
That's the key difference. Addressing these foundational issues proactively, it really underscores that successful AI adoption isn't just about deploying the latest cool technology. It's about strategic planning, meticulous risk management, and continuous refinement throughout the entire life cycle of the AI project.
It's a marathon, not a sprint, you said earlier.
Exactly. Even if the initial adoption feels like a sprint, sustained success requires that marathon mindset.
Wow. What an insightful deep dive into the real-world landscape of generative AI adoption. It's really clear that while the enthusiasm and the investment are sky high,
Undeniably high.
the journey to tangible, widespread, positive impact is proving, well, more complex than maybe many expected.
Definitely more complex.
There are significant challenges, particularly with those elevated project failures and the rising costs we talked about, but also significant opportunities, especially in those kind of unexpected application areas and with the promising rise of AI agents.
Absolutely. The S&P Global research really highlights that simply throwing investment at AI isn't enough. It's just not going to cut it. The organizations seeing genuine success, those high performers, they're the ones combining that rapid adoption with mature strategies. Strategies around continuous monitoring, holistic project prioritization, and proactive management of those core challenges. Data, privacy, security, skills gaps.
It's about the how as much as the what.
Precisely. So maybe a provocative thought for you, the listener, to consider is this. In your own context, in your organization, are you focused more on the sheer speed of AI deployment, or are you focused on building that robust strategic framework that actually delivers lasting value?
That's a great question to ponder as we continue to navigate this incredible shift in technology. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
We really appreciate you spending your time with our team today.
If you found this deep dive valuable, please, engage with us in the comments, share it with your network. We'd love to hear your thoughts, and be sure to follow our Cogya podcast channels.
And definitely activate those notifications. That way you'll get the latest updates and ensure you don't miss our coming deep dives.
From the team here at Cogya, we'll catch you on the next deep dive.